would not be able to harm. Now, the question is that, yeah, read this question. You have got 1 minute to read this question, right? Read this excerpt. Yeah, stop. Stop. Now I am taking the question away from you, and you need to answer all these questions from first to five. If you get it correctly, you are ready to go for the DM section. If you do not get it correctly, you have to understand this. Someone has told me that it is hard to read, so I would just change the format. Okay, done. Okay, so I hope you have read the root passage clearly. Right now, answer these questions. You would take just 1 minute, but yeah, do answer. I am muting myself. I would give you 2 minutes to answer these questions. Yeah. Time's up. I was on mute. I was speaking. Okay, fine. So, how many of you think that time is a constraint in this exam? You can speak up if you want to, right? Since there are only 330 people in the class, so it would be easy to speak. Yeah. Is time a constraint or not?
No, sir, I didn't feel.
Okay. Time is a constraint if you are targeting 99 percentile. Okay. If you are targeting 99 percentile, time is a constraint. And then you have to retain the most information that you can in the least time period. Agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in DM also. In DM also, you would be rewarded if you are able to ascertain the points given in the passage. Now, several of the people have given me some answers. So let us see the answers of this specific question. Okay. Now, the answers would be these, right? The first is, I hope the screen is visible. B. Okay. Second is yes. Third is A. Fourth is B. And fifth would be D. Were you able to understand these questions? Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, Swati has made one mistake. So yeah, you are seeing that there are mistakes in these easy questions also. Okay. Easy laga na sabko? I hope you all found these questions easy. Everyone, let me know. Right. Okay, you can give me a thumbs up if you agree with me. Right. In yes or no questions, you can give me thumbs up. Okay. Now, these were easy and you are making some mistakes. None of the people have given me the right answer. All right answers. Okay, there is the problem. There lies the problem. So you have to analyze again the passage. If you have made any one wrong answers, then you would get wrong in the final answer. Now, this is the question. Read it again and let me know the final answer. Fine. You have 1 minute to get to the final answer. Yeah, please send the final answers in the DM only, direct messages. Yeah, if you won't participate, the problem is, guys, that your answers won't be registered. Yeah, need more time? Anyone needing more time? Now let us analyze this question, right? Let us see each and everything in this question, and then we would be able to ascertain the right answer. Now, I hope you have understood the importance of getting all the data in this question. Hmm? All the data in this question. I hope you have got it. Everyone, are you sure? Okay, I have got thumbs up. Right. Okay. So let us see this question. Now, reading this question and getting to the conclusion is really, really, really important. Some of my students are also giving wrong answers. I do not know why. Right. So let us move to the right answer because that would throw you off your feet. Now, a broken piece of warplane wing found in the middle of an ocean had two propellers attached to it. Now, we have one wing. Remember this one wing. It has two propellers. I hope we understand what propellers are. Everyone, I hope we understand what propellers are. If anyone has a question, he can let me know, or she can let me know. Now, mid-tier warplanes have at most three propellers attached to each wing. We have another statement. Is it related to the first one? How many of you thought that it is related to the first one? Anyone? I hope not. You can speak also, right? If you have any problem. Now, hence, this is the conclusion. The discovery clearly indicates that wing belong to a mid-tier warplane. Now, we know that the mid-tier warplane had at most three, but we have a broken piece of warplane, right? Now, how do we know that the full wing had three or less than three? That is the question, my question from the author of this paragraph. Always try to question the author. How did I reach to this? First statement is an independent statement. Second statement is an independent statement. And in the conclusion, he has made a jump that, okay, it is a mid-tier warplane because it had two propellers only. Now, isn't it possible that the full wing, okay, might have had four propellers? Possible hai ki nahi hai? You can give me yes or no. Yes, I hope all of you agree with me. Yeah. Anyone having any questions? Right. Now, अगर ये था तो ए वाला ऑप्शन की तरफ जाते हैं. What is the question? What is the question saying? If true, most strongly supports the hypothesis that the author has given. Now, which type of question is this? Chandan. What do we do in Chandan questions? क्या करना होता है? What do we do in Chandan questions? Anyone that would answer me? Yeah, Dev Shankar, answer me.
सर मतलब उनका जो क्लेम है उनको
Yeah, please speak
वो
in
जो
English because there are some South Indian people also.
ओके ओके सर मेनली the option the answer choice will help us to strengthen the claim. The claim is the discovery clearly indicates that the wings belong to mid-tier plane, and the mid-tier plane's characteristics is at most three. That there will be at most three propellers in it.
So right now we are not sure that what the author is claiming is the right thing. Right, we have only partial information on this, so we need a short information which is an external one from this, right? It should not be repeated in this, right? It should not be a repetition of whatever has been given in the premises. What are the premises? The statement 1 and the statement 2 are premises, and the final statement recognized by hence is the conclusion. Now let us move to the A option. Propellers were used only on warplane wings. Does it strengthen the conclusion? Hence, the discovery clearly indicates that wing belonged to a mid-tier warplane. Does it clarify it? I hope we are right. Okay, which options have you chosen? Let me see. Which options have we chosen? Let us make it a bit extradited. Right? A, B, C, D, E. I have all the options. Now, first one, propeller were used only on warplane wings. How do I know that it was a mid-tier warplane, a type of warplane? I know that it is a warplane wing, right? But how do I know? How do I know that it is between? It is a war. I mean, even if it gives me a warplane wings, right? Propellers were used only in warplane wings. Then also I do not get the answer that it was a mid-tier warplane. You need to understand and notice this information. This is really crucial. Those who missed this information can slap themselves. Okay, because this is in, I mean, they are talking about a type. So remember that if they are talking about a type, you need to understand it and register it in your mind in the first go. Otherwise, you will lose time. Can we move to the next option? Anyone having any problem in A option? A option में कोई problem है? Anyone having any problem in the A option? No. Now let's move to the B option. Okay, no mid-tier warplane. Okay, then now we have come to mid-tier warplane. That was the conclusion about. Okay, we were always talking about in the conclusion about the mid-tier warplane. That is why conclusion is the most important statement of the argument. Okay, design that is known contained only two propeller per wings. Okay, that is known contained only. We do not know that whether the wing had 4, 5, 6, or 1 or 2, how many propellers. So this is absolutely wrong. Okay, even if they didn't contain and only two propeller per wings, right, and three propellers per wing, right, at most three, they might contain one, they might contain not two, they might contain three. Okay, they might contain three, one or three, we do not know any answer right now. The location at which the piece of wing, I think nobody has chosen C. The location at which the piece of wing was found also contained the remnants of several. What, how does it matter if it contained remnants of several other planes? I am just interested in this plane. Okay, remember that. Now D, propellers are the most economical and efficient. Am I interested in economy and efficiency? No. Done. This is the most worst answer. If you fell for it, this is the most worst answer. You need to question yourself about how you are doing critical reasoning. Now the E option, the plane wing would not have been long enough. Now if the plane wing would not have been long enough to accommodate at least another two propellers as the whole, that means at least two, then it is 100% true that it would have been a mid-tier warplane, because it had at most three propellers attached to each wing. Now, do we need to be 100% clear to reach to strengthen the conclusion? बता दो एक बार. Let me know. Do we need to be 100% clear? Okay, in adding to the information to strengthen the conclusion. Everyone, let me know. Yeah. No. Several people have answered no. So even if it is giving me the partial answer, but yeah, it has given me one more reason to say that the author is right, that it is a wing of a mid-tier warplane. I hope you can understand this. Everyone, anyone having any questions here? Can we move forward? Otherwise, I will move forward. Anyone having any questions here? I hope not. किसी को भी question है, he can ask me, he or she can ask me with his mic on. Yeah, Gaurav.
सर यहाँ पे टू प्रोपेलर्स यहाँ पे जो बोल रहा है ये एकोमोडेट कर रहा है, वो वाला ऑप्शन समझ में नहीं आया.
Which one?
The last one.
Yeah.
Long enough to accommodate.
It is saying, I'm using Hindi, please pardon me, those who can understand, cannot understand. The plane wing would not have been, ये बोल रहा है इतना लंबा नहीं होता. This is a condition, right? He is saying that the plane could not be that long that it would have two more propellers, and we have a condition here that 3 or less than 3 might have been a mid-tier warplane, and it is a warplane wing, right? So have at most, that means we have one more reason to understand, to get that okay, the author might be right. समझ में आया?
Okay.
ठीक है, done.
Yeah,
clear है बिल्कुल?
Yes, sir.
Let us move to the next question, and we would see whether you have understood the lesson here that we need to retain first whatever has been given in this statement, and we do not need to take these statements as related if they are not, right? Which is the most important sentence in the whole argument? The conclusion. Identify the conclusion. Is there a type in the conclusion? Is it talking about some people? Is it talking about all people? Is it talking about most people? Is it talking about some type? Is it talking about some year? Is it talking about some proportion? We have to notice all of this in the conclusion. Okay, so these two lessons are really important. That is what I want to tell you with the end of first question. Now let us take 45 seconds to understand this information, and then we will move to singular questions where you would be tested about your grasp of information. You have 45 seconds. Yeah, so the time's up. I am taking this away from you. And these are your questions. You have 2 minutes to answer these questions. Think over your answers carefully. Done? Everyone, I hope so you are done. Most of the people are done. Yeah, I see people. Anyone else who need to try? Shall we move forward? Okay, so the answers for this specific question, okay, are A, B, and A. A, B, and A.
Yes, sir.
Right? A, B, and A. If you have been wrong, just take a screenshot of this question, these questions, and think about your answers again. Done? Okay. Think about your answers again. If you are wrong, just let me see. There were 5 questions in this one. Whether I am right or wrong, I might have taken another. Just let me check. Okay. Yes. So A, B, and A, right? A, B, and A. If you have not got it correct, you need to think again, right? Understanding the importance of noticing the information. Okay, now do this question in 2 minutes. Think about your options, and then we will move to the XAT questions. Then we will be done with the XAT questions in half an hour. Yeah, your time starts now.
Sir, now the strengthen question is the one we need to do, right?
Yeah, this one, strengthen question.
Yes.
Time's up. Okay. Each one ready with your answer? Okay. I hope if you are not sending me the answers, you are writing it on your page. So most of you are wrong. Only one person has, oh, two people have reached to the right answer among 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 answers. Among 13 answers, I have only got one correct answer. Now we have to see what has been given here. Right? We have to see what has been given here. Right? Okay. Now, since now you are understanding how important it is to understand, okay, what has been given, register the information and then move to the options. Now, first of all, we would understand what the author has given and where does he want to reach. Were you able to notice the conclusion? Where is the conclusion given? You can write first 1, 2 or L for last sentence if you believe that it has been given in these sentences. I think this is the conclusion. I hope everyone was able to reach. Anyone who was not able to reach can ask me directly through his microphone. ठीक है, देख लेते हैं what the spokesperson want to say. Okay, every fertilizer provider comparably. Remember, we are comparing here. Always remember comparison. Every fertilizer provides comparably similar yield when optimum water supply is present for the crops. Okay, fine. However, what does however define? What does however say? That it would be going in the different direction or opposite to the last sentence. Okay, sentence 1 has been taken into consideration. That comparably every fertilizer similar if ample amount of water is present. However, in drought conditions, almost all fertilizer fail to perform effectively. Done. Second statement noticed. Grow It Fertilizers has released a new brand of fertilizer, Max Yield, that contains certain well-researched nitrogen-based compounds that readily get absorbed in the soil in drought conditions too. So it is clear that when it is difficult to predict the water conditions during the planting season, to maximize the chances of a better crop yield under all circumstances, Max Yield should be used. We do not need to retain conclusion, but yeah, there is some problem in the third sentence. Can you ascertain the problem? He has, okay, given this information. Is this information relevant or irrelevant? Relevant or irrelevant? It must be relevant. Okay, that contains certain well-researched compounds that readily get absorbed in the soil in drought conditions too. Now he is saying, without explaining it to us, that nitrogen-based compounds are the only thing that readily gets absorbed, and hence the fertilizers would be same. Now, the question that we need to ask ourselves is that, is it the only condition? We don't know. Right? We don't know. When we are talking about certain conditions that lead to a certain goal, then we need to be careful. Okay, these are called cause and effect structures. Right? There might be multiple reasons for a certain outcome. Done. Can we move to the options? Now let us move to the options. What is this? Again, strengthen. We have discussed strengthen. Now let us see the A statement. Just a second. I am just removing it all now. The A option says, Grow It customers who purchase Max Yield are provided the best training. Are we interested in training? Are we interested in training? No. Training?
No, sir.
Gone. Grow It Fertilizers is known for its cutting edge research to maximize. Even if it is known for its cutting edge research, what are we talking about? What is the subject of our talk? Yeah. What is the subject of our talk? Can anyone let me know? Max Yield. Only Max Yield. So it would be wrong. Right? Always notice the subject and the object. In the last question, what was the subject? Which plane was that? Some
Mid-tier all.
mid-tier warplane. Now, these are really important to understand. Certain nitrogen-based compounds, are we talking about certain nitrogen-based compounds? I mean, what if they are known to increase the soil fertility? Our main question is that whether they are being absorbed or not, and whether nitrogen-based compounds, the absorption of nitrogen-based compounds would lead us to this conclusion or not. Done? I hope each one of you are understanding that we need to get to this conclusion anyhow. Done? So certain word is really questionable. I do not care if they do that, right? If it is the mechanism. Fine. What am I supposed to care about? Whether max yield does that or not. Whether max yield facilitates or not. Understanding those who gave C answer? Yeah. C wale. सिद्धार्थन, साहित्य, देवशंकर, क्या हो गया? देवशंकर
यस सर।
क्या कर रहा है?
सब समझ नहीं आया था, मतलब नाइट्रोजन बेस्ड कंपाउंड के हिसाब से देखा था।
अरे यार, I have already told you that you need to understand the conclusion first. What are we talking about in the conclusion? That is the most important and the most undeniable point that you need to understand. Now, D, grow it ensures the quality of max yield. Okay, grow it ensures the quality. Are we quality पे हमारा कोई वो है क्या? Or are we concerned about the effectiveness of this through it is really important to notice through a certain mechanism. I hope we are looking at the mechanism and then reaching out to this. Grow it ensures the quality of max yield by implementing stringent quality standards in its production and manufacturing processes. What if it does? What if it does not facilitate this nitrogen based compound? Now that would be a wrong one, right? There is a gap in the information that we have been given and we need to plug that gap. Otherwise there would be hole in your boat and the water would come in and you would sink in. Now let us see E. Max yield leads to better than average crop yield when the water supply is significantly large enough to damage crops such as during. Now why did we reach to this? That we are looking at floods. Let us see this again. Conclusion. When it is difficult to predict the water condition, did you take the other water condition? Did you take the other water condition? We were talking about water conditions then. He is saying that, okay, I have talked about drought conditions, but you need to take care of the flood condition also. Didn't you miss this, everyone? That is why I said that conclusion is the most important part of and these are the questions that XAT would throw at you. These are the type of questions that XAT would throw at you. Yeah, Ashok.
So one doubt, actually I chose E, but one doubt is like how you eliminated the D option. That
I eliminated the D option because the quality of max yield does not matter. He is concentrated on the either. Okay, this is one of the question. This is one of the reasons, right? Either the mechanism.
Because I went for E because of the they talk about the flood condition and the better than average. But I little bit confuses D also, but we chose the better option.
Yeah, let us say grow it ensures the quality. If the quality, let us question this statement, right? Grow it ensures the quality of max yield by implementing stringent quality. If I say that it does, let us say it does, right? I'm evaluating. This process is known as evaluation, right? I'm considering that it does, right? If it does, is the conclusion broken or it gets weakened or strengthened? What do you think? Does it affect conclusion in any way? My only question would be that whether other companies are not keeping their quality at par.
Are you getting now it makes sense? Yes.
Okay, whether other companies are keeping the quality at par or a better approach would be that conclusion has been given when it is difficult to predict the water conditions. Okay, to maximize the chances of better crop yield under all circumstances, max yield fertilizer should be used. Now, if I'm talking about ensures the quality by implementing stringent quality standards in its production and manufacturing processes, I mean, even if it does, how do I get to this conclusion that in all circumstances of water availability, max yield should be used? Are you getting me, Ashok?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Right. So yes or no questions, we can take it for as true and then check whether it is giving any or affecting the conclusion in any way or not. Done. Can we move to the XAT questions now? Everyone, ready for the XAT questions? Okay. So in XAT questions, remember, elimination. You need to eliminate it according to the conclusion. Now in XAT questions, you won't be given conclusions. Why? Because they are inference questions. Okay, inference questions are the favorite of XAT. Now, what are inference questions? They might have the conclusion and might not have the conclusion. You have to understand where are we reaching through all the sentences. Are they related? Related in what way? Getting me? I hope it makes sense till now. Let us move to the XAT questions now. The most difficult XAT paper that we have understood till now. Right. The first question is this. You would have 2.5 minutes to do this question. Okay. Now 2.5 minutes to do this question. Your time starts now. Okay, I forgot to ask, do you need time to do this question or have you already done it? I had asked you to do XAT 2020. That is why I'm asking. Okay, Utkarsh is saying that he needs time. Okay. Most of the people have done it, so we will move forward. Okay, what was the answer? I mean, your answer that you might have written. I hope you haven't checked the answer that would clearly deteriorate your thinking procedure. I hope you haven't checked the answer. Okay, deterioration of procedure would be there if you have checked the answer. Now let us see this. Okay, now there are a certain kind of people. Okay, in the first one there are a certain kind of people. Okay, now let us see. There are a certain kind of people in the first one. Now they are talking about people who work in law, hotel and food services, noticeable and technology were found the most likely to skip breakfast daily according to a recent study, right? So skip breakfast. These people skip breakfast. Okay, we have registered the information. According to a recent study, as for people who do eat breakfast and prefer, these people do eat breakfast and prefer a savory type. Okay, the study found that they tend to make more money. Okay, another thing, those who eat breakfast and prefer a savory type, be night owls and prefer cats over dogs. Another comparison made, if you prefer a sweet breakfast like a donut, you tend to be another breakfast type, right? Sweet breakfast like a donut, you tend to be a morning person like rom-coms and are a dog person. Now we have made 3 classifications in this one. Now let us move to the options on the basis of this. Right, we do not need any information. Now we have to eliminate. We do not have any choice. Now let us see. First one, how would we eliminate this? IT professionals who eat eggs for breakfast. So which type is this? Savory type. Right. Now, are IT professionals technology people? Yeah. What do you think? Confused? Are more likely to make more money than their counterparts who eat donuts for breakfast? Can we make this conclusion out of this argument? Right. Okay. Can we? Now let us see. IT professionals who eat eggs for breakfast. Now, several of you might have got confused here that technology has been given here, but yeah, most likely has also been given. So We are talking about a specific type of IT professionals who eat eggs for breakfast. So these people come in the B type of people, the second type of people. Now, are more likely to make more money. So who makes more money? Yes, they would be likely to make more money. So we are literally good till here. Then their counterparts who eat donuts for breakfast. So have we made, okay, more money? Yeah, they tend to make more money. So more money should be with respect to other people. Who are these first and third type? Now, this is quite clear. Now we have to eliminate B, C, D, and E. Lawyers who eat savory breakfast daily make more money. Okay, lawyers who eat. Okay, we are talking about lawyers make more money than those lawyers who have early breakfast daily. Now we do not know that those who are having early breakfast do not have, right? Do not have savory type breakfast. Okay, we just know that they were sweet breakfast eaters. Now B is out. Hoteliers who eat regular breakfast are more likely. Have we talked about regular breakfast anywhere? Have we? Yes or no? No, right? Okay, fine. Sweet breakfast, yeah. Eat breakfast. We have only talked about eating breakfast, so C is out. Among regular breakfast eater, again regular breakfast eaters, early risers have more sugar. Early risers have more sugar. Have we said that okay, like a sweet breakfast, they like a sweet breakfast? So am I saying that okay in their breakfast? Yeah, this is talking about in their breakfast, then late risers. Is it clear from any information here? No. You can find and let me know if you think it is. A preference for cats as pets over dogs usually is a result of eating eggs. What is this? A cause and effect. Is there any cause and effect result given here? No. So gone. A is the only option remaining, which doesn't go against any of these information given. Whenever you are given this disparate informations, then you need to do this. Anyone having any question? Yeah, Krish.
Yes, sir. Sir, here it is like technology were found the most likely to skip the breakfast daily. Here they have given like who eat eggs for their
Yeah,
breakfast.
most likely is do all technology people skip breakfast?
Okay, okay. It's most likely. Got it.
Yes. And here we are talking about some type of that
Type of.
who eat eggs for breakfast.
Again, from technology, there are some part of people
Yes.
IT
I
profession.
have told you that there would be some proportion of people, and this is a question of the proportion type where you need to be clear of the proportion. Learned something new?
Yes, yes, yes.
Done.
Done.
These are really easy questions if you understand the type of question that they are. Now, second one, answers please. So I got the first answer. Have you done this question? Everyone? Then I would move to the questions directly. Okay, Ratnesh says yes. Everyone else? Or do you need some time? Okay, I had asked you to do this, right? Now let us move to the questions. If you have not done this, just be with us. Right? Now, in a 2017 survey of 3,915 American workers, my colleague and I found the workers. Right? My colleague and I found the workers. Report experiencing a sizable voice gap at work. Now, whenever something is given in this inverted commas, know that they would define it or they are talking about some term, okay, which means more than what has been given here. That is, this is defined a gap between how much say or influence they feel they ought to have and how much they actually have. Did you understand the definition of voice gap, everyone? Did you understand the information of voice gap, everyone? Okay. On topics such as wages, working conditions, fair treatment, and input into how they do their work, we do not need to go through these right now. Okay. If need be, then we would go through this. Do not remember all this. And now on the second study. Now this is the second study. This was the first study. Right. I have just completed with a new team. Finds that today's workers want forms of voice and representation that go well beyond traditional unions. Okay, so traditional unions on topics such as wages, working conditions, fair treatment, and input. Now we need to compare this. Okay, forms of voice and representation that go well beyond. We do not know what traditional unions expect. Now let us see. Let's move to the options quickly. Okay, what do we need with the question? Based on the above paragraph, which of the following options agree with the most? Would you agree with the most? Right. The first study defines the concept and the second study uses the concept in a specific context. Okay. The first study defines the concept. Was the first study defining the concept? Let me know. Definition diya kya? Have they given the definition of the concept? Or the first study had taken the concept from somewhere else? Are we clear about that? Yeah, everyone. Can we eliminate the answer on the basis of this? Yes, we can. Let us move ahead also. The second study uses the concept in a specific context. Yeah, it is using the concept in a specific context, but yeah, the first thing is not right. Okay, whenever you get these type of questions that names or defines the first part and the second part, this is called a boldface type question. They have not given you boldface, but yeah, in GMAT parlance or language, it is known as that. The first study shows the intensity of the problem. Does it show the intensity of the problem? Did we talk about the intensity of the problem? No. Okay. The second shows the limitations of that existing solution. No, it is not the limitations. It is about what they want. Right. C. Boldface type question is generally in certain this type of questions, right? In GMAT, they give this as boldface and this as boldface and get some sentences in between. Now they would ask you what these two sentences are doing in the passage. That is a boldface type of passage question. Okay. So yeah, they have made this on the basis of that. Now let us see. The first study shows that the frustration of the American workers, and the second study, frustration of the American workers, and the second study shows the inability of unions in addressing them. Was there an inability in addressing them, or what they want? Inability or what they want? Right. I would show you the method. How am I getting to this? Now, the second study shows I cannot do anything with this, but the inability of unions in addressing them. Okay. Am I enable? No, I do not think so. So I would ask this question on the basis of this. This is how I get to the right word that I need to evaluate. Done. So this won't be the answer. I didn't have the inability. This is about what I wanted. And there was no frustration. Frustration is a strong word. Right. D, the first study focuses on the need of the fair representation. That is good. The need of the fair representation. What is fair representation here? That is the question that I'm getting. The first study focuses, okay, I do not get anything from this, on the need for, was it talking about the need for or experiencing something? Okay, the existence of the problem is something I agree with. Yes, this is an existence of the problem. Was I talking about some need for fair representation? No, it was the perception. Always remember, perception, if you get across some perception, do not take any side in it. It was talking about the perception. And the second study discusses, I cannot do anything about this, forms of representation. Yeah, it discusses, it doesn't discuss. It highlights the need for new ways of solving it. Right? Discussion is something which you talk about it. Okay, it is something like that. Okay, what the other people think, what the unions think, that is the discussion. Done. E will be the only answer remaining. Understood which words we need to go with. We need to go with these words: shows, focuses, discusses, etc. And then cut these words. See whether these words and these words get to the right answer step by step or not. I hope you have got to the answer. Okay. Last one for today. We would continue tomorrow, right? Since many people are leaving the class. Okay. I hope all 25 of you want to do these 3 questions. Or am I taking the respective option A? Can we not say that the voice gap is a concept? And it is a concept, but were they defining it, Nikhil? It is a concept, but were they defining it? Was the main work to define it or to report the problem? Let us see. Was the main work to define it? Okay, I found. This is what something they have found. Okay, they have found a problem. That is it. This word is really important. Nikhil, समझ में आ रहा है? Okay, now this is really important. Let us do these 3 questions in just taking 3 minutes each, right? Okay. In Australia, jellyfish are most common between November and May. Fine. In Hawaii, jellyfish often show up on south-facing beaches 8 days after full moon. Okay. In the Mediterranean, now these are disparate or related events. These are disparate or related events. You can write D or R to represent these. Disparate or related events. These are disparate events, right? We have to find something common in between them. Now, all of them are talking about blooms. Unfortunately for travelers, there is no worldwide database for recent jellyfish sightings, and tourism officials are sometimes, remember sometimes, reluctant to publicize jellyfish swarms out of fear that such news will scare off visitors. Now, isn't it the perception of the tourism officials? Remember, perception does not need to. In perception, we do not need to take any sides. Now, which of the following best concluded? This is an inference question in disguise. Okay, this is an inference question in disguise. Remember, best concluded is an inference question from the above paragraph. Celestial bodies have an influence on jellyfish sightings. Do celestial body have an influence on jellyfish sightings? What do you think? Only one sentence has been given this as something related to celestial bodies. I hope you understand what celestial bodies are: sun, moon, Jupiter, etc. Right? Now, let me see, evaluate. If it were wrong, let me call it wrong. Would jellyfish show up exactly 8 days after a full moon? This is a general sentence, right? We can take it on all occasions. This is happening. Would it be correct? Would this sentence be correct if A is wrong? What do you think, everyone? Yes, no? No. Now, this is the connection that we needed to make here, right? B, economic interest influence security advisors. Are they saying that, okay, this is because of economic interests? Are we sure that it is because of economic interests? Are we sure that visitors are paying something? No, we are not sure. So this is going outside. Tourism officials hide the truth about jellyfish sightings. Is it not a reiteration of the same idea? Do we take reiteration of the same idea that has been given here as an inference? No. Okay. They hide the truth about jellyfish sightings. That is absolutely clear. We cannot infer that from the information given. D, seasonal variations in the maritime temperature impact jellyfish sightings. Have we anywhere talked about variations in temperature? Can we take that? Variations in temperature? No. Okay, there might be summer or winter question, but variations in marine temperature impact jellyfish sightings. That is something that might happen in summer also, or in winter also, between 1 month to 2 months also. So that is absolutely wrong. Tourists visiting north facing beaches in Hawaii do not spot jellyfish. What is this? Do not spot. Which kind of degree is it? Extreme है, normal है. Is it normal or extreme? What do you think? Extreme or normal? Extreme. So this is goes again. This goes outside. Do not spot jellyfish. I do not know. How can I know? North facing beaches. Have we talked about north facing beaches? Where have we talked about north facing beaches? Yeah, blooms may appear in summer. Okay, south facing beaches. We didn't even talk about north facing beaches. How can we conclude something about that? Out of context also and extreme also. So this goes out, and I hope A is the right answer. सबको मिल रहा है? Is everyone being able to see the clear connections? I do not make connections in the air. Please let me know. Please let me know. Okay, so this is the answer. Now let's move ahead. Fourth one. Now this is talking about surface temperatures. Okay, now let us see this. Fourth one and fifth one. Let us do this in 10 minutes. Okay. Now, fourth one is saying that global surface temperatures in 2019 are on track to be either the second or third warmest since record began in the mid 1800s, behind only 2016 or possibly 2017. Now, this is registered the information. Have we registered the information? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, 2019 can be second or third only after 2016. That means these two might have been the top two. Okay, or first one. One among these is top one or second. On the top of the long-term warming trend, on top of the long-term warming trend. Remember this. These are the sentences, parts of the sentences which are really important. Temperatures in 2019 have been buoyed. Buoyed. I hope you understand the meaning of buoyed. Buoyed, everyone, rise. Okay, by moderate El Nino event that is likely to persist through the rest of the year. On top of the long-term warming trend, he is saying in addition to these long-term warming trends, temperatures in 2019 have been increased by a moderate El Nino event. Now I understand that, okay, moderate El Nino event must have some degree of impact over the temperatures of the sea or global surface temperatures. Yes or no? बता दो जल्दी. Right. Now let's move to the questions. Options. Now again an inference question. Now El Nino event causes global surface temperatures to rise in the long term. Did we talk about the context of the long term? Did we talk about El Nino in the context of the long term? Yes, no, everyone. Right. So I have shown you that, okay, it doesn't. It doesn't. Now, B, a moderate El Nino event increases temperature more than a weak El Nino event. What is this? A moderate El Nino event increases temperature more than a weak El Nino event. Okay. A moderate El Nino event increases temperatures more than a weak. Did we compare El Nino with an El Nino? Do we know that a weak El Nino event has lesser temperature, or it might lead you to more temperature? We do not know. We do not know which one would lead to what. But we know that due to moderate one, there has been an increase. Okay. We do not know which one leads to which one. Weak might lead to more temperature. On the other hand, there are chances that a strong might lead to lesser temperature. Right. El Nino event did not affect temperatures in 2016 and 2017. Do we know that for sure? 100%. We have not been given information in the passage. The long-term trend of global surface temperatures is unrelated to El Nino. I do not know. Do you know? Unrelated. Absolutely unrelated. I do not know. Let us keep this for now. Okay, global surface temperatures are increasing at a constant rate for 3 years. Okay, now we are stuck between D and E, right? D and E, let's encircle this. Now we would see what is the problem with D and E. E, I think, was something that was going too far. Global surface temperature are increasing at a constant rate. If it increased at a constant rate, wouldn't we get 16, 17, 18, and then 19? That means 19 should have been the greatest temperature. Gone. D is the only remaining option. Now let us see this. Is unrelated to El Nino. Long-term trend of global surface temperatures is unrelated to El Nino on top of long-term warming trend. If it were related, would the author have mentioned this? Mention किया होता क्या? If it were unrelated. No, that is not what the author would have done, and hence D will be the answer. Now the last question. Okay, so what is the author saying? There was one more question about Gaurav. Yeah. Mayank Chobi, we don't know if rates are really constant.
सर पहले
See, I would just answer Mayank, right? See, Mayank, we do not know. That is the question. Can we infer something on the basis of what we do not know? Mayank? Mayank?
No, sir.
That answers your question, I hope.
Yes. What?
Gaurav?
सर पहले वाला जो ऑप्शन है वो आपने एलिमिनेट कैसे किया?
Let us see again. El Nino event causes global surface temperatures to rise in the long term. Okay, how do I know?
सर यहाँ पे बोला है ना कि एल नीनो जो है जो 2019
through the rest of the year only. And also he has used on top of the long-term warming trend. Why would he use on top of the long-term warming trend if El Nino is also a long-term warming trend? समझ में आया?
ओके मतलब वो लॉन्ग टर्म में नहीं हो रहा.
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Can I move to the next one? Okay, the last one, there is also one more question, okay, which has been given in the...
Sir, it's like before El Nino, there is already existing of a warning of a long term of increase in temperature, right? That's what it means.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it doesn't make sense, na? That author would talk about, okay, long term has gone. Now let us talk about another long term. Then he would have used another long term effect. Right? है कि नहीं है?
Yeah,
you can ask these questions to yourself. You can ask these questions to you. Right? Okay. Let me see the next thing. The last question. Have you read this? So he is saying that we can't build, defeat cancer, tackle climate change if we can send humans to moon. So go on rallying cries inspired by one of the humanity's greatest achievement. I hope you have understood this. That, okay, rallying cries means they are supporting this. If we have gone to moon, why can't we do this, that? The US effort that put Neil, okay, whatever. This is just the definition. So I hope you have understood what the author wants to say in this paragraph. He just wants to describe some, okay, some conclusions that the people might want. Okay, defeat cancer, sustainable cities, tackle climate change, because they have had one great achievement of reaching to the moon. I hope we all have understood this. Now let us move to the questions. Best communicates the intent of the paragraph. What is the intent? How do we describe an intent? Paragraph लिखने का मतलब क्या है? What is the purpose of writing this paragraph? What was the purpose of writing this paragraph? Yeah.
Can't we solve the other necessity problem?
Yeah. So they have said that, okay, go the rallying cry is inspired by one of the humanity's greatest achievement. Might be something. Let us go through each and every option. America's moonshot was more about race to the moon. I mean, did we talk about that? Alien option, out of context. Anyone having any problem in this one? I hope not. America's moonshot initiative, moonshot initiative was mainly a response. Do we know what response was it of? We have just seen, if we can go to moon, why can't we do these? That is it. The reason we celebrate the 1960 is precisely because we are celebrating. Let us see, because nothing significant has been nothing significant. This is really extreme. I cannot say this. Done, gone. Moonshot has a definitive ownership, whereas creating sustainable cities and curing cancer are public good problems. This is doing something with the type of the problem. Type. Are we interested in type? I do not know. Let us keep this one, right? Now, D and E are the only options I'm remaining with. The complexity of developing sustainable cities and curing cancer is far more than sending a human to the moon. What do you think? Did we talk about definitive and indefinitive ownership, public ownership? Has the author talked about that? E is the only relevant option that I have. The complexity of developing sustainable cities and curing cancer is far more than sending a human to the moon. Okay, let us see this. If we can send a human to the moon, why can't we build sustainable cities, defeat cancer, tackle climate change? So go the rallying cries inspired by one of humanity's greatest achievement. Okay, now the only question is here is that what are rallying cries? Now let us see the meaning of rallying cries. Okay. Something, okay, a word, an event that inspires people to support a cause or take action. Now, E might be the only thing that the author is talking about. Why can't we build sustainable cities, defeat, whatever. Moonshot has a definite ownership. We did not talk about anything about ownership. That is why this goes out of context. And we have, by a thin margin, E as the winner. Okay, I do not have any explanation other than this with E. Done? Clear, everyone? Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. I hope the class was good. I hope you understood many things about the paper. What kind of, now this was the most difficult paper, and except the 5th question, every question was answerable. I hope you had got to that conclusion. Yes, everyone? Done? Okay. So if we get the clear message of the sentences and the relation between them and the conclusion that is being made, we can ace this paper. Did anyone feel that I have marked any option? Okay. Yeah. Can anyone send me the list of options that I have marked? I'm not sure about second one. Voice gap, the first study defines. I had marked second, E for second one, right? And A for the first one, right?
Yes, sir. A first one.
A,
First one,
E, A, D, and E. Done. Okay. So none of my answer was without a rational line of thought behind that. That is it. That is what I wanted to do. That is what I wanted to say. The information, registering the information exercise is really important. You need to think in each question whether I registered each and every information. Let us wrap up this by summarizing this class, right? First, kya tha? Register the information. You always need to find whether you have registered all the information or you have not understood some of the words. Second, there are certain types of cause and effect questions where you need to understand the words that are there. Okay, something that causes, something that leads to something. These are the words that you need to notice the cause and effect relationship that are being talked about in the options as well as the argument. The third was that there needs to be a keen eye to notice the proportion, and fourth one, the types of people we are talking about. These are the 4 lessons that we get out of this session. That is all for today, people. Okay, I would ask some questions. Yeah.
So perception comes under type of people.
Proportion, not perception. Yeah, we also notice perception.
We were talking about that, sir.
We also notice perception. Now, perception is the opinion of the people. Can you notice the opinion of the people? Yes, you can. Look at the questions again and ask me tomorrow whether you were able to again see the questions and notice these things or not. I would upload this first class on YouTube. You can go through it. Done?
And actually, extreme helps us to eliminate option easily.
Okay, general questions, general statements and extreme statements are really a no-go zone mostly, but in 5% of the questions, they might be a go zone. So you need to confirm it with the information given in the passage, right? XAT can give you that quickly. Done? Clear, everyone? I hope this was a better class, a better place to be today.